Okay, good morning, YouTubers. Um, my fellow Volkswagen bus friends, give you a little look at my VW bus project. So this morning, I'm going to try and give you guys a bit of a tutorial on converting our drums on the front of our buses to disc brake conversion. Done a lot of research on different kits. Spent numerous hours on the internet looking at multiple kits for the bus. They make a tremendous amount of kits for the bugs, but there is just a few for the buses. So after doing a bunch of research, I found that there's maybe 3 or 4 kits that are pretty good, and then there's some exceptional ones. So let me first start by saying, if you're looking for a high-end kit for your bus, air-cooled makes a tremendous kit. Old Speed makes a tremendous kit, and of course Willwood makes a phenomenal kit. And if you do that, you're looking at roughly around $1,350 to about, I don't know, $1,800 just for a front brake conversion. So a lot of guys are going, oh, I can do it for $2,000 all the way around. You cannot. I know I showed you a picture of the bus with the kind of the butt off, the ass end off, the back end and the front end. That's because I'm having my tranny redone and some other work, so I'm not converting it in the back, I'm just doing the fronts, but I just wanted to make sure you guys are aware before you guys start looking. So I chose a kit. I did a little research on it, and oddly enough, they're pretty close to me. I chose a Saco kit. I don't know if you can see it. It's all aluminum calipers, a 4-piston caliper, and then you have all aluminum hub and a steel single rotor. It is drilled for heat, but it is invented, but it isn't vented in the inside, so it's a single piece. I just kind of want to make sure you guys can see that. It's a single piece rotor, but it'll do the job. Again, if you're in a bus and you've been stopping with your normal drums, I assure you, you've mashed the pedal down a billion times with those. And this, just driving after a friend of mine's kit, literally like night and day. It won't completely put you through the window, but it'll certainly, you can completely see the difference in the two. So what I wanted to do is kind of give you a little bit of a breakdown of what's going on. I didn't take the front end or the other side off yet on the front, because I kind of wanted just everybody to see what it looks like. So I'm going to come around the front here, and I kind of wanted you to get an idea of what it is. Some of you guys are going to go, wow, check those studs out. I had some longer studs put in because I was running some different Brazilian rims. This is a German bus, but I had some really cool rims that I wanted to try, and that's why. So there is the drum and the cap drum, and it's freewheeling. You have everything there. Pretty much everything's intact. The brake line, everything's there. So from this point, you're just mainly removing the cap. On the driver's side, it's a little bit different because you have the speedometer cable, but you're mainly removing the cap. And then you'll get into the nut that takes off the drum. And I'll come back over to the other side because I've got the exploded view. So again, here you have the cap. You'll notice on the driver's side, it has the little punch away, a little square. That's for your speedometer cable. And then once you remove that, you have these locking nuts that spin on the spindle. Pretty easy. Spindle is threaded here. So once everything's on, you'll have one, and then a little bit of a locking washer, and then another one to lock it in place so they don't back off. So what I did is I wanted to show you guys the machine work ahead of time. Excuse me, it's kind of cold in Southern California today. I don't know why, but it's been raining for a few days. So the machine work is really, really well done. But I noticed it's so well done that the tolerances are very tight. The whole kit comes with everything you see here, minus the tools and things. But you know, you're going to have new seals, new bolts and washers for the calipers, for the caliper plate, and so on and so forth. The only thing it didn't come with were the two nuts, but you can reuse yours. There shouldn't be a problem with them. I reused mine, it's not a problem. And it doesn't come with these little locking mechanisms for the spindle, for the nuts. Mine, and probably yours when you've taken it off and on, look like that. So I went and bought a couple. Super cheap, well worth the money. But when you take them off and on and bend them off and on, they just get old and tired, and so that's kind of what happened, and I decided I would replace them. It does come with brand new bearings. I've already greased these. They don't look new, but they are. I've already greased them up pretty heavy, and I've already packed this wheel hub already, and it's kind of ready to go. I've already put the seal in this one, and you can see that it's already packed in there. Now, I will say that seal, which is that one there, it's a bit of a beast to get in. The tolerances, like I said, in the hub is very tight. So I just wanted to show everybody this, okay, because everyone has one of these in their garage. It's called a persuader. Don't use it. Don't do it to put it in there. What I found was if you took it and let me see if I just put these screws here just a second. If you took it and you put it in, let me see if I can get this one out of here. I think I cut the bag open. Yeah. So if you take it and you just go to it itself, it won't just drop right in. Okay, it's not just gonna sit in there. It doesn't have that capability. It's supposed to fit pretty snug, but if you start pushing at it and trying to smack at it with the persuader, you'll bend it. And so what I found is once you get it pretty well set in there, flush, let's see if I can get that look like there, pretty flush, just take a small piece of 2x4 and just lay it across, all the way across, and then just tap it lightly with a hammer, or if you want to use a persuader lightly, it'll just drop right in. Okay, then you won't have any problems. But if you try and hit it by itself, I'm telling you, you'll bend it and it turns into a nightmare. So the disassembly portion of this was a little bit more taxing than the assembly. I will show you that. I left this out so you guys can see what I have here. That's the backing plate with the wheel cylinders and the brake shoes, and then obviously the drum. When I took the drum off there, you had this set of bearings. Obviously you can see they're pretty old and dirty. Once you pull those out, the drum will come off, and then you'll see this, which is the backing plate, and like I said, the wheel cylinders and everything. And you can see there's 4 orifices here for the bolt holes. There's 2 there and then 2 there. These are the nuts or the bolts that come with it. They just drop in there. Okay, well they're screwing into the spindle. So let me get you over here. You'll see with the new kit, this new kit, it comes with this whole mounting bracket. Everything comes with it welded, ready to go. These Allen wrenches, they come with it, the kit. Let me see if I've got a couple out here so I can show you. They come with the kit already, ready to go. The only thing they don't come with is a little bit of like blue Loctite or some red Loctite. I like to use blue because sometimes you want to take it off. So I put a little dab of them. I put this on already, so I put a little dab of them. Blue Loctite on there, and then I spun them on. But it comes on there, so you don't need to reuse the 4 bolts that are there. And if you did, you'll notice the heads are on here. These are Allen heads, so the bolt itself is, see if I can get it to stop rolling, considerably smaller and not as flush. So if you try to use the other ones, it's going to be a problem. So just make sure that you, once you're eliminating this stuff, you're really ideally eliminating it, which is pretty cool. Now, I left the brake line out in this clip here because once you take those 4 bolts off and pull off the backing plate, it's still going to dangle. It's going to dangle on this brake line, right? And that little clip. So that brake line, hopefully you can see that. Let me get a flashlight for you guys. So there's the brake line comes in right, there we go, there, and passes through that little L with a hole in it, comes down and then meets the back of your backing plate. Now, I chose to eliminate that by taking this brake line and, or I shouldn't say eliminate, chose to eliminate the whole process of that by taking this brake line, and you'll see this little notch right there. That's for that clip. And so what'll happen is it'll this will go up through that little hole there. See that? Screws on. But when that clip is in play, you cannot unscrew it because the hose just continues to spin and spin and spin, and it'll turn this hose into a giant knot of nothingness. So I chose to make it easy. Take the little clip out. Once you take the clip out, it just spins nice and free. The other thing too is these are older brake lines, although they don't look that bad. I chose to replace them, so I bought new brake lines. So that was another reason to do it. And quite frankly, they're pretty cheap. You can buy newer brake lines. Sorry about that, just wiping off a little grease off my phone here. You can choose to buy newer brake lines, and they're, I mean, literally they were like $8 a piece, $7-8 a piece. Well worth it. Might as well do it. So there you go. Okay, so now we're at this backing plate. These Allen screws, like I said, I put a little Loctite on there and put them in. The weird thing about the kit is if you're a German guy, when I say German, I mean just like you're used to working on your Volkswagen, you're used to using metrics, right? Metric tools, 10s, 12s, 14s, 15, you name it, right? This kit is unique because it's standard. Saco Performance, they are there are 2 companies. Saco Performance is also German Auto Works. And German Auto obviously does everything German. They do Volkswagen, things of that nature. They're in Santa Fe Springs, California. They also do a lot of sand rails, and that is the performance side of them. So a lot of this came from like a sand rail scenario. They developed over time until they got the right mixture down, and then they got together with Ronnie at Bustoration, and he helped develop the kit for Volkswagens and then for the buses and stuff, which is why the kit goes on like literally effortlessly. But there is the weird thing is that a lot of the performance stuff, sand rails and stuff like that, you'll remember that they started to use like Pinto motors and things of that nature. Well, it went away from metrics and went to standard. So these are standard. They are, I used a socket with the Allen on it. These are 7/32. So when you go to tighten them, you're not going to be able to use a metric. They're a standard. So 7/32 here, okay? And then there's some other ones too. When you look at the bonnet that goes on the top of the spindle right there, okay? Those little screws that go in there that hold that down, those ones are, if I'm not mistaken, they are 3/32 Allen wrench. So that little fellow right there. So just be aware that, and that's kind of why I laid some of this out so you can see it. It's not every tool. You don't need them all. I'm not going to use them all, but I just throw them out there in case, because I like to grab. I'm sure like everybody else, you like to lay in on your back and then you get frustrated because you're looking for tools. I'm the same way, so I like to grab at tools. For the most part, you're probably going to use 14 millimeter for the caliper bolts. The rest of those little things, like I said, are Allen wrenches. And then for the wheel lock nuts, you can use a crescent wrench. It's really, really easy because you don't want to over tighten. Okay, so pretty simple. The reason why I went to do this video is, and this, by the way, it's my first video, so you guys could beat me up if you want to in the comment section. But the reason I did it is because if you look online, there's like literally no bus videos. And there's certainly no bus videos that pertain to the brake conversion. I'm in a bus club, and I'm in a VW bus club. And some of my friends that are in those clubs, we've never done this before, never seen it before. And I thought, you know what, I'm pretty handy. I do all the other work myself. I thought, you know what, I'll tackle this and try and make an attempt to at least help somebody out to some extent. So if I'm missing something along the way, feel free to throw it in there. I'm more than happy to correct the video or change it. Like I said, it's my first one. I want to make sure that I'm being more helpful than a hindrance. So let me know. On that point, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to grease this up and then get it ready to put on. Now, I'm going to do that. I'm going to pause it and then come back to this because obviously I'm going to have grease all over my fingers. It's going to be kind of tough to do everything, but hang tight and we'll do that and we'll cut right back in.